Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Post Game Live. I'm your host, Big Mike, here after a disappointing night at the Garden. Knicks go down to the Sixers. They're still up 3-2 in the best of 7. We're going to be here to chop it up, discuss what happened in the game. We're also going to recap this Magic Cavs game that is going on live right now that is actually coming down to the wire. But I can't do this alone. You know, I've got the Mad Producer, Podcast Poppy in the building.
You know, we make the return after taking a little hiatus from the pod, and I've made my decision that I was going to be on Post Game Live today, win or lose for the Knicks. Win or lose. It just so happens the Knicks lost today, and as Mike comes into the room, I'm just sitting here just waiting. And Mike's just like, I can't fucking stand you. I haven't seen Mike in what seems like a month.
Feels like forever.
It seems like forever just for Mike to be like, I can't fucking stand you.
Made the room, full transparency. Me and Dylan can both enter the room whenever we choose. It's very rare that Dylan pops in here before me because I make the room. But I made the room, stepped out, came back. Dylan was sitting here waiting for me. Terrible. Terrible.
And it's not even because I'm trying to be an asshole here, because we didn't really get, we haven't done the pod really in a while. So I didn't get to make my predictions for the pod, but I have the Knicks winning this series in 6. So it's not going to kill me if the Knicks would have won tonight. Right. It's just right there. So fuck it. Why not? Cool. The way the Knicks lost tonight is kind of where it's well, shit. Shit.
Everything was great. They were up 6 with, I think, 26 seconds to go. And in that moment, I blame myself because I jumped up and I was like, let me get this room together for Post Game Live. And then I was like, you know what? No, this game's not over. And I literally had to sit here, watch Maxey get a 4-point play, which is just more than anything that happened in that last 26 seconds. That was the dagger play, because as soon as that happened, you could feel the Knicks go up, tighten back up, oh. And then Josh Hart missed the free throw. And then Maxey,
they did. I'm telling you what, they did the smartest thing they could do to make sure that Josh Hart had the ball for those free throws. He is the one person on the Knicks in that lineup that was on the floor that you don't want to shoot the free throws. And so is life.
And even still, that shot that Maxey hit, that was a logo 3. I didn't expect him to pull from there. So I can't even be mad at Mitch because I didn't expect him to just pull it from there and swish too. It wasn't anything. He swished it. So then we went to overtime. I think Brunson may have gotten fouled, but
Anthony goes, why aren't they guarding Maxey? I'm like, McBride got screened at half court. And then Maxey was like, I'm pulling.
Right now, if you're wondering why me and Dylan are pausing, we're watching.
I saw it already.
Oh, Donovan Mitchell could have put the dagger in.
Oh, you're that far behind. Oh, yeah. Oh,
There's
I saw
10
it already.
Seconds left. Wagner. Oh, not goaltending?
No,
that's not goaltending.
That was clean.
Ooh.
Clean. You're gonna see the replay. You're like, oh, that was clean as fuck.
It looks like Cleveland may just sneak out of here. Shout out to Mav. I see you, Mav. I don't know who Embiid is not the Joker. He actually played like shit tonight, but
Embiid played today like he had a million things wrong with him. Because he, in fact, has a million things wrong with him.
and should not be playing.
And should not be playing. I think it's malpractice that the Sixers are allowing him to play. Because he's not in great shape. He clearly is not moving the way he should be moving. He's got the Bell's palsy thing going on. He's got too much going on where it's like, hey, some things might be bigger than basketball. Like, you know, your life. So you should probably be taking care of yourself as opposed to trying to kill yourself on the court right now. But if by some, like, the basketball gods look down on this and are like, hey, we're intervening, the Sixers need to win this series, it just, like, it boosts that, like, mythological story of what Joel Embiid is.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a clean block.
Clean. Listen, I'm significantly farther ahead than you. I'm at the final inbound pass right now. They're getting ready for the final inbound pass.
Yeah, this game.
I've already seen Magic tonight. Is the Magic going to have Magic tonight?
You ain't going to see more Magic. This game is over.
Oh.
Well, the way New York hates him is
That's
true,
over.
Maverick.
It's over.
New York, Embiid has easily crossed the Trae Young hatred, and
I don't know.
It's
y'all are still out here screaming "fuck Trae Young" after victories that have nothing to do with him. So it takes a while for that.
He is the most hated man in New York right now.
It's not very hard right now. So, especially because the Yankees are kind of like good, so they don't really have like a piece of shit on their team right now. Where Joey Gallo, for a while, would have taken that even during this series, but Embiid's not doing nobody no favors. That flagrant foul on Brunson, the least dirty play he's done. So I can give him a pass. Fun fact, Mike, my stepdad is a Knicks fan. Right. He was like, that Embiid guy, he's a piece of shit, isn't he? I was like,
yeah,
no.
Yeah.
Kind of. I was like, kind of, but not really. I was like, but he's a piece of shit that you want on your team.
Not me.
Because you know, damn bullshit, Mike.
Not
bullshit.
Me. Not me.
Bullshit. Me. You were on record on the pod wanting him.
Not me. I came to my senses. I woke up.
Oh, you're me with Giannis?
Yeah, no, you hate Giannis way more than I hate Embiid.
Listen, so if the Sixers were to win this series off of all these Embiid distractions and plays on the court, does Embiid get to that level for you the way Giannis is for me?
Yeah, it's the when I saw the Mitchell Robinson play, that really put me in a different space because I didn't like Embiid before. And I was mad at myself because I kind of softened on him. He won his MVP. He had his kid. He was crying. This is for you, Philadelphia. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like,
is that your Joel Embiid impression?
It was a terrible one, but yes.
That's your Cameroon accent?
That's it. But I was like, all right, I guess he's not that bad. He has had some bad luck. But no, this series has brought it all back. No, I still despise Embiid. He is not a good human. And he is easily, contrary to what the mainstream media, well, it's still tough. Him and Draymond are right there. Joel hasn't actually punched anyone, so... Although he smacked,
he did
Brunson
try to break Brunson's face
unintentionally.
Unintentionally,
Mitch's ankle.
Oh, stop!
But he's right there. Look at Milwaukee, the pride of a champion.
Milwaukee's fighting. They're fighting. They're trying to get Giannis on the court.
They're delaying the inevitable.
So let's get back to this. The end of this Knicks game. So we get overtime.
Then the Knicks jumped them in overtime.
The single worst play for me, and I said this in the chat, me, noted Jalen Brunson guy. Jalen Brunson's my guy, right? I thoroughly enjoy Jalen Brunson's basketball, and I think he's a fucking dog. For as exceptional of a player that he has been all season and in the playoffs, dog, that turnover at the end of the game is absolutely unexcusable.
Horrible turnover.
That is one of the worst turnovers I've seen in the playoffs.
And I get mad at Isaiah Hartenstein for that because, like me and everyone else in the building, we just assumed he was going to shoot the ball. So him running to get a rebound with I don't know what from the behind angle, it did look like Batum might have been able to block that.
Batum with the best contest of the night that he had because they decided to put that French fuck on Jalen Brunson all night like it was a good idea.
And he was getting cooked.
I still don't understand what Nick Nurse is doing putting that man there.
Well, to be fair, Tobias Harris is also barbecue chicken.
There's one person on that team who should be guarding Jalen Brunson.
And it's Kelly Oubre. I'm here for it. I'm glad Nick Nurse has decided to not do that. But every time Kelly Oubre is on Brunson has a hard time.
He's young. He's got the length. He's athletic. You can't just blow by him because he can block you from behind. He's quick enough to stay with you. He can start and stop on a dime too, the way Brunson does. It's a tough matchup.
He just fouls a lot. But it makes no sense because Batum and especially Tobias Harris cannot guard him.
Can we talk about how bad Tobias Harris is at basketball?
He's just not a good player.
He's just bad.
He's not a good player anymore. He's not a good player.
Bad.
He is just as awful can.
He's like when they said, like I said it when the Sixers traded James Harden that they're going to have a hard time. They're going to have either it was going to be a hard time or Tobias Harris turns into that Clippers Tobias Harris where he decided he was going to like average 23 a game. It's definitely the latter. It's definitely not that one. It's definitely not that one. Tobias Harris is bad at basketball, and I thought last year he wasn't going to be on the team coming into this season. I really don't think he's going to be on this team next year.
I don't know what his contract situation is, but he's on borrowed time.
Like, you have to find a way to get him to a bad team with a lot of cap space. Like
Detroit.
Like, he's Detroit or a Washington Wizard. Like, you got to relegate him.
Because he's killing them. He's just...
There's got to be some value you can get because Tobias Harris averaged 20 points that one time. Like, you get something, right?
I mean, I think that he had, 12 tonight? 13? He's just...
Yeah.
He's a cone. He just...
It might be time to pack it up, Tobias.
You've made your money. You've made your money, Tobias Harris.
And he was a damn good player. Just not anymore.
He was a good player back in his day.
He's awful. Like, he can't create a shot like that anymore. Maybe it's because OG is just strong and isn't allowing him to get into his bag, but you can't allow that to happen. You can't. He's fucking bad. But, like, there's something about the Garden, man. There's something about the Garden.
It was electric again tonight.
And Tyrese Maxey was like, I'm here for it.
He met that beast because Joel Embiid surely did not.
No, he was awful.
He was awful.
He deserved
double-digit
turnovers
to get eliminated on him playing like that.
Mm-hmm. But again, it's that thing where it's like, it's the question I asked you about Julius Randle when we got the news that Julius Randle was going to be out for the remainder of the season into the postseason. Would you rather the player come out and say before the series starts, you get to that point like, hey, I'm out? Or would you rather the hope that they might play and then they don't play great? And then you have to be like, oh, give him credit. He played.
And what was my answer to you?
Your answer was, I'd rather he tell me him be out. Because as somebody who experienced that, it was horrendous. Where it's like James Harden has the hamstring injury 3 minutes into, like 35 seconds into the fucking game. Game 1, he goes down. And then every game up until like game 5, it's like, is he gonna play? Is he playing? I'm like, I don't know.
And then
when
he tried to play, and it was like he couldn't even move.
And then when he was out there, he couldn't run. He was a shell of himself. And it's just like, at that moment before Harden like quit on the Nets, I was like, a lot of my opinions on James Harden's effort in the playoffs, like I could put that aside and get a lot of respect. Then he quit on the team. Then he quit on the team the very next season in Sacramento.
You thought.
So it's like
he's turned the corner.
That was one of those things where it's like, yo, I'm gonna talk shit about James Harden, but I can't. I can't because he came out there and all the effort questions I ever had are gone. And then he just proved me wrong. So whatever. Well, no, yeah, he proved me right. And that was miserable. That was absolutely miserable. Because I had to rely on everybody. Like I had to rely on a Jeff Green game to give me 28. On a Kevin Durant 49-point triple-double. To win. Because James Harden just like, hey guys. I'm a decoy. So it's like, if you're Philly, like obviously Philly loves Joel Embiid. They're going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's playing through all of the issues that he has. When do you sit there and you're like, yeah, maybe if he played better without anybody from Philly be like, whoa, what are you saying? He's got Bell's palsy and MCL.
So my question to you is, Game 6 Thursday. I honestly, so Game 6, I thought the Knicks were going to win tonight, and the game went. This whole series has actually gone pretty much how I've expected it to go.
Same, yeah.
I expect the Knicks to win on Thursday, but I can see it's going to go one of two ways. The Knicks are going to win another game like that, like how tonight was, but the Knicks are going to win it, or Philly's going to blow the Knicks out. It's going to be one of the two, because I really don't think Philly did everything. It took Maxey going nuclear for them to win a close game tonight. And if you're telling me Joel's going to be, I think he'll play better in Game 6, but it's not going to be much. Like, they're either going to blow us out because they're just not going to miss like they did in Game 3, or they're going to lose. Like, contrary to what all the experts and everything on all the sports talk shows who were all irritating me the way that they were kissing up to the Knicks before the game tonight. The Knicks are so good. The Knicks are going to win. The Knicks are going to give Boston trouble. The Knicks are this. When all of them, no, Dylan, like all day, I heard that all the day, mainly because Porzingis is hurt. Like, and I'm with it. If Porzingis doesn't play, this Knicks team has a chance. They have a chance. No Porzingis, this team has a chance.
Don't disrespect the Dominican guy on that team. Yeah, don't disrespect Al Horford.
But that's way down the road that I'm not talking about. But
we can't look too far ahead.
My point is, these were all the same people that picked Philly to win this series. These were all the same people that said Philly was better. These are all the same people that after Philly won Game 3 just assumed Philly was going to win Game 4 and win this series. Like, so like it's irritating, but I think the Knicks have shown the Knicks are better than them. Like, yes, there's never been a point in this series, even in Game 3, where it's just felt like, man, the Knicks can't compete. It feels like Philly has to play perfect to beat the Knicks.
Yes.
It feels like they have to do everything right.
They have to do everything right because Embiid is like 70%.
And that's where we are. You can say
and that's what you have to deal with. That's what you have to deal with. If he's going to be on the court, you have to prepare like he's 100. And the Knicks are playing like they're trying to play Embiid at 100. It's just Embiid can't. So I said before we started, I was like, the Knicks game plan is to just grind you out. They're going to make you work. They're going to kill you with effort. and then Brunson's going to do whatever Brunson has to do, right? It just the only problem I have with the Knicks in this series is Brunson's averaging like 30 a game, 30 plus a game. If Brunson has an off night, there's a problem.
They won 2 games with him having off night.
They won 2 games with having an off night, and that was also like the product of Philly also just like shit in the bed because the Knicks grinded them out.
My concern is Dante is not getting off. That is really starting to me it's becoming an issue because once you get Josh Hart should not be the second leading scorer on this team. It should be Dante or OG. OG has gotten better every game in this series, which has been great to see. He's getting better and better and better. And I think tonight he also realized Tobias Harris stinks.
I was gonna ask you a question, and I know how your love for this man goes, so I kind of am prepared for the answer that I'm gonna get. Is there was a point in this game where I saw OG Anunoby like hit a step back midi at the free throw line, and I'm just like, why isn't he attacking more, right? And he's the one who, in my mind, if Brunson's going to have these bad games, because regardless of how great Josh Hart's been playing all season and even right now, do I really expect him to be going in there and being the second best scorer on this team? No, that's not like.
Unless they're going to dare him to shoot like Philly was, and he was making them pay for it, which is why Philly had to adjust.
Well, the first half they dared them that game, and he just was not very good. But he turned it on. But like you kind of live with Josh Hart being that, right? Unless it's the way he gets his points, which is what kills you because it's all off of like second chance opportunities. So with that being said, do you think OG Anunoby is better than RJ Barrett on this team?
On this team, yes.
Because my favorite thing about RJ Barrett not being in the playoffs is, one, I don't have to hear Anthony's fucking awful Star J Barrett. That is just fucking cringy. But then it's also like, I think OG's a more complete offensive player. He just doesn't take the time to actually do it.
He's not as
he doesn't sit there and be like, okay, Brunson, you don't have to chuck like 25 shots tonight. I'm going to take like 14.
Where RJ will take 14.
Where RJ will take 14, whether they're good, bad, or whatever. He's going to get his.
You ain't got to ask him.
It's all going to be off of two screens on each side of the free throw line as he's going left to get the scoop layup, which we saw a lot in that Cavs series last year. And the Cavs were just like, how do I stop this? You're letting him go left. What's wrong with you? I think OG's ability to get a bucket is there. He just doesn't do it enough. He's not aggressive in trying to get it. And I think his ability to hit the shot when he gets it is much better than RJ Barrett's.
I agree.
That's what will take this Knicks team. Like, well, let me see the box score really quick, because I don't know what OG had tonight. And I kind of want to use this as like a litmus test, I guess. Okay, so OG had 17 on 7 for 12 for 2 for 5. You're telling me he can't take a couple more shots and get you a 25?
I agree. I think he could.
Like, say what you want about this one. Like, why is McBride getting 11 shots?
I have not had a problem with 90% of the shots that Deuce
exactly, but I'm just like, I'm looking at the shot volume here that's being distributed, and it's just like, okay, Josh Hart's taking 17 shots.
That's a lot of shots for him.
That's a lot of shots for Josh Hart.
But
you
again,
can find and then this is also on Tibbs where it's like, hey, maybe find a way to exploit how fucking bad Tobias Harris is.
That's the Knicks should be hunting him and not just Brunson. All of them should be hunting him.
It should be just like whoever offense. It's whoever is getting guarded by Tobias. This play is for you. Or switch to have your two best offensive players do it.
It's I agree. OG, like I said, he's gotten better every game this series, which has been great. His defense on Embiid in Game 4 was great.
Unbelievable. Once Hartenstein went out, I thought I was going to be like, oh man, this could be a problem. They only got one, and then they're like, oh, we're just going to smother him in team defense.
I'm
with OG
surprised
being
they
the
didn't
anchor.
do that again tonight. I mean, granted, Mitch was playing phenomenal defense tonight. I think he got gassed a little at the end, but he was playing phenomenal defense tonight, and I love that for him because Embiid, again, Philly should have been eliminated tonight because everything came full circle tonight. Mitch outplayed him. Embiid had a bad game. Like Brunson went up. Like the Knicks are going to kick themselves because this was the game they were supposed to. Much like Philly should be kicking themselves for Game 2. That's why I'm not overly upset because I feel like we're still in the position that we should be in. The Knicks won a game they wasn't supposed to win. Phillies won a game they wasn't supposed to win. At the end of the day, the Knicks are still up 3-2. And now Game 6, like I said, the Knicks got to bring it. And they got to just withstand because the Knicks keep getting off to these slow starts. They're going to have to withstand that first quarter punch that Philly's going to throw.
Philly needs to be able to weather. They need to weather the Embiid-less minutes because the beginning of the game, they do really well to start off, and then Embiid has to sit, and then the Knicks are like, huh, okay, let's run.
Mm-hmm.
And like you have to figure out a way to be like. Granted, Embiid not playing great. He had a couple games this series where he's been fucking awesome, but like for the most part, he looks like he's banged up.
It's just his presence.
His presence is so much,
and he's still playing defense. I have to give
which is insane.
I have to give his devil his due. He is playing defense. He's picking his spots, but he is playing defense. But that's why I don't understand. Like in the fourth quarter, you could put Embiid in pick and roll hell. Like he can't move. Make him move then.
Because they're also setting him up on high post ups, which I just don't understand.
They keep doing it, and it worked. It felt like it worked every time. Every time they did that, it seemed like he turned the ball over.
It's like when we were discussing Kevin Durant in the group chat, you made a point where I answered you in the only way I knew how to answer you, where you said, why would the coach continuously do something that's bad and not working? I don't know, Michael. I don't know.
It makes no sense.
Exhibit A is Nick Nurse giving Embiid the ball in the high post 2 feet from the 3-point line. That's not working. He's turning over the ball because then the second he tries to face up, he's in a double team.
And he doesn't know. And the Knicks were doing a good job because they were sending it from different places. So it was never the same place twice. And it was just confusing him and frustrating him.
So let's ask that same question again, now that we are a couple days removed. Why would a coach continuously do a bad thing that's not working? I don't know. If I had an answer, Nurse would probably have an answer and not do it. Sometimes shit happens. That's the adjustment that Nurse made. He felt as if that was the good idea. It was not. It was not the good idea.
Because, I mean...
Granted, nobody on this Philly team knows how to complete an entry pass. Zero. None. It is frustrating.
The Knicks are preying on it.
Frustrating that they're just like, here you go. Just like a nice little dump off.
I'm just going to keep throwing cross-court passes like the Knicks aren't also on the court.
Like everybody's not playing free safety. Like you see Embiid posting up 3 feet from the basket. Oh, you're not just baiting the pass? No?
Just going to chuck it.
Like, I don't get it, man. Like, that is infuriating. They had like 6 turnovers just based off of that alone. Mm-hmm. And I'm just sitting here like, again, I'm not rooting for a win or a loss here. Like, I'm not invested in this at all. It would actually serve me better if the Knicks move on because the Garden's great. You get some good series. Like, it is what it is. But, like, it's so infuriating watching like shitty mistakes happen when it could just all be fixed. Like, hey, let's figure out a way to get Embiid the ball easier.
Or the top of the key where he can see
Set
where
him
the
up at the
double
free
team
throw
is
line.
coming. Oh.
Set him up at the free throw line. Like, if you're gonna do this pass, this entry pass on the post up, maybe we should fucking do a better pass. Stop jump passing. Stop
Jump
one
passing.
inaccurate passes to begin with. One, you get taught at a young age that jump passing is bad.
Bad.
So like that's bad.
And the amount of jump passing I've seen as a whole in these NBA playoffs is maddening. It's maddening to me.
I can imagine
How
your
many
dad
jump
screaming
passes?
on the sideline.
Oh, he hates it. He hates
I
it.
can imagine your dad screaming on the sideline because
hates
he would scream on the sideline when I played against your dad's team.
He hates jump passes with a passion, and it's infuriating. And I understand it. I mean, it's never going to work.
Real easy way to turn over the ball. Unless you are LeBron James, Luka Doncic, James Harden, like these generational passers. Joker.
Yeah, and he doesn't even jump pass, honestly.
Well, he also doesn't jump on anything. So
yeah, he doesn't jump. So.
But like, unless you're a generational passer, don't. It's bad. That and cross-court passes. I will lose my mind on a cross-court pass.
And Philly did a lot of that tonight too.
Like, yeah, great. He's open to the corner. It's weak side. You're not going to get that pass off. There's a reason it's called weak side.
It's a bad idea.
There's too many mistakes where it's like, this is also why I can't coach basketball. Because I'd be losing it. I'd have a voice like Doc Rivers.
You look like Tibbs all the time.
Yeah, because
I understand Tibbs. I
understand Tibbs too. I don't understand when he's playing guys 45 minutes.
That part I don't
when they're up 30. But like I don't understand that. But I get the reason he is the way he is.
Yeah, I get it.
Because if I was a coach, I would very much so coach like Tibbs, where I care more about effort than anything. Because you can win games on effort alone.
The Knicks have already won a game in this series off of effort.
Like, you could beat skill and talent with effort.
Mm-hmm.
It can be done. That's why it's like I don't understand how Nick Nurse isn't in there having a stroke. And all these, like, I don't get it. I'd be losing my mind. I was losing my mind during the summer when I was coaching on a in the fucking the Nike site league on a crutches. Losing my mind. Losing it. I was like, you guys aren't fucking listening. Sub yourselves in and out. I don't fucking care.
Call your own timeouts. I don't
call your own fucking timeouts. I'm not going to be sitting here doing this. You're not going to fucking listen.
I'm so conflicted because on one end, I respect my opponents, and this Indiana team makes me nervous.
The Indiana team is very weird.
I've been pro Indiana all year. I'm very wary of this Pacer team. But there's something about me that's just, as I'm watching Milwaukee is winning and they are really fighting. And I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, don't let these dudes come back and win this series. Please don't let these dudes get momentum and come back. And then Giannis come back and then Dame come. I'm just like, I really need Indiana.
Nightmare scenario is if the Bucks figure out a way to win and you have to play Giannis.
Yeah.
And you will feel about Giannis the way I feel. And I promise you, you will feel about Giannis the way I feel about Giannis because you're going to call every travel.
He travels. He travels.
Mike.
He travels.
Mike, he's a frequent flyer. He doesn't just travel. He is a frequent flyer.
But he's also a bad man. He's also a bad man.
Listen, I hate the Bucks. I hate Giannis. If they figure out, even if Dame doesn't play, if they could get Giannis, if that's the team that you're facing, good luck. Because you guys don't have an answer for that.
Because
nobody does.
Nobody does.
Nobody
does. Mitch is too slow. Isaiah is not strong enough.
And OG's just not big enough.
And OG and Precious are not big enough.
Because they'll get elbowed. They will. You're gonna get real mad when one of them loses a tooth. And you're gonna be sitting here like me. Giannis is dirty. Giannis is dirty.
Brunson, he's reckless. That's what
and
reckless.
What if they decided to do this is my biggest fear for this Knicks series, because they did this in the Brooklyn series before James Harden got hurt. What if Giannis guards Jalen Brunson? Because Giannis did a job on Kyrie. He did a great job on Kyrie. Because you can't. How do you create space on him?
His wingspan
is too much, and he's fast. Not saying like he's going to be able to stay in front of Brunson just because he's just got length, and he's athletic as shit.
He's going to have to try and step back him to death.
And, like, that would be nightmare fuel if they were like, "Hey, Giannis, go." That's the thing. That's what I wanted last year with Jimmy Butler.
I'm pretty sure Giannis would probably be guarding Halliburton if he was in this series right now.
Mm-hmm.
Although Middleton has been doing.
No, he'd have to guard Siakam. He would have to guard Siakam.
I mean, Bobby Portis.
Despite how you and I feel about Siakam, he would have to guard him.
And as much as I also don't speak of the devil,
Siakam bang and one.
Siakam's also, because we can't go. OG can't guard everybody.
Yes, so Siakam is another problem for you guys.
It's a matchup problem for us. Like, I really don't want to. I don't like this Indiana team. My only thing was
this weird size.
Yeah.
This weird size where it's like, oh, they could run a lineup of everybody who's 6'9" and bigger.
My only thing is this Indiana team would rather run and shoot threes than play defense. So when the money's on the line, I trust us to get a stop before I trust them to get a stop. I trust us to stop them more than I trust them to stop us.
And I know Tyrese has been kind of iffy recently.
But that man is too good.
But I don't really know who's going to be guarding him.
I assume it's OG.
But then who's guarding Siakam?
I don't know. This is what I'm telling you. I don't know.
You have to pick and choose.
But I feel like that might be, as much as Precious Achiuwa is not playing in this series, that series is more tailor-made for him, where he's got to play. Because
but then it's the Miles Turner element too.
I gotta deal with that. Yeah,
that's the weird thing where it's like, you have a 7-footer shoot again.
Hartenstein is. I mean, listen, this Indiana team is really good. Like, if they figure it out, they're really good because they're a matchup nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
For anybody outside of maybe Minnesota, who also just has freakishly large.
I think Boston is a great matchup for them. Defensively, Boston's a great matchup for them. They have 1 through 5 ready for them. Plus 6 and 7. And 8. That's even still, like, the Porzingis thing, like, that's unfortunate. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be back by the time, because they don't need him for Miami.
No, they're gonna finish Miami off. They play tomorrow.
Beating the dog shit out of them.
I don't like the Celtics, but there's something about them beating the dog shit out of Miami that I'm thoroughly enjoying. I don't know what it is.
It's probably like French. It's the thoughts of French walking in here, like heat culture.
I'm thoroughly enjoying.
Pat Riley and 7.
They are beating the brakes off of Miami.
You don't know how mad I am that they won a game. Like, that series should be over.
It should be, because I was talking sweet talk heavy, and I was mad because I was with you. I was like, well, I was against you. I was like, it depends on who Miami catch. But the one team I didn't want Miami to catch was the team Miami caught. Because I'm telling you right now, Miami would have beat this Milwaukee team. I'm telling you right now, they'd have beat this Milwaukee team. They'd have ran that Milwaukee team off the court.
Not without Jimmy.
They'd have beat this Indiana team too. They're not ready. So they would have
grinded. Not without Jimmy.
They'd have grinded Indiana into dust.
Tyler Hero? Yeah, okay.
Bum.
Yeah, okay. Jaime Jaquez? All right.
That bum. They're all bums.
He's not okay. No,
they're all
Jaime Jaquez is not.
I don't understand how Miami does anything. I don't understand how they do anything.
Jaime
Bam
Jaquez
and
is
Jimmy
not a
are the
mom.
only NBA players on that roster. Tyler Hero, when he
Hero's an NBA
decides to
player.
be,
Stop
when he
it.
decides to be, when he wants to be. But like Patty Mills was on the floor for them.
Don't take my lines. Don't do that. Don't do that.
How is Miami here? How did they beat Chicago?
Once I saw Patty Mills on the floor last night, I was like, "Give me! This series is over. It's a wrap. He's not playing. He's not playing. You're gonna hope Patty Mills catches fire and gets you back into this game.
You're waving the white flag.
That is insanity.
You're waving the white flag.
I think if Boston wraps this series up and they get a few days to chill,
then he can just miss game 1, maybe
yeah.
game 2. I don't know what the schedule is like, but maybe game 2.
Well, if Milwaukee wins this, then he gets.
Then it went 7, and then that. Honestly, that's the best thing that can happen for Boston is for Milwaukee to just keep going
to find out how to win. Dame, I don't think Dame's coming back anytime soon.
I didn't like the way he that.
As somebody who has dealt with an Achilles injury,
when I saw that, I can't believe he finished that game.
That's not something you exactly want to deal with.
I don't know how he finished that game.
The fear of him just landing after a jump shot and just hearing the snap. No thanks. That may be one of those things where it's like, you probably should shut him down.
You can't shut him down because you got to hold out hope, because if they get to the finals, we're talking June, and then
shut him down in the sense of we're not going to like let him play, but if we need him to, and the doctors say he could play.
If they get to the conference finals, Dame's playing every second of those conference finals.
Yeah, as he's running up and down the court with a walker, trying to make sure.
I've come to realize that Doc feels about Dame the way Tibbs feels about Randall. I'm just going to play him until he explodes. I don't care. I'm just going to play him until he explodes.
Can we talk about how appropriate it is for a Doc Rivers team to be down 3-1?
Appropriate or ironic?
It's appropriate because he shouldn't be the coach of this team.
No, he should.
So
not.
He inherits a team that is just down 3-1. Granted, I don't care if you're injured. I don't care. This whole Doc Rivers coaching narrative needs to just go somewhere else. Go back to the broadcast booth, Doc.
Clearly, he hated Doris.
Hated Doris. Don't worry, Doris and JJ much better.
I like it, even though Doris kind of bullies him, but you know.
Don't worry, JJ can be a coach next year, so it don't matter.
Yes.
I hope he doesn't take that Hornets job.
I hope he doesn't either.
I hope he doesn't take that Hornets job. Imagine him trying to be the adult in the room over there and try to be like, hey, we need to run these concepts. And LaMelo's like, LOL, half court 3 off one leg.
Like, if I was Charlotte, I would be trying to get your man from the one that Kenny Atkinson.
Kenny.
That's who I would be going to get.
If I'm Kenny, I'm also not touching that job.
No one should want that job. It's a dumpster fire over there. Melo's ankles are made of glass. And
well, I know it's crazy.
Miles Bridges is a murderer.
And I didn't say
allegedly domestic violence person. That's excuse me. Let me not
murderer is crazy.
Let me not upgrade him, but allegedly he hits women. Allegedly.
So I've been keeping this in my back pocket for a while. I just don't want to sound like that guy because this guy plays on my team.
But you do all the time.
You know, Ben Simmons and LaMelo Ball have played like the same amount of basketball games in the last 2 years.
I mean, that's not something to brag about.
No, but like Ben Simmons gets shit for missing all these basketball games.
Why does it Melo?
Why does it Melo?
I don't know. That's a great question because his ankles are made of glass. Glass. And his career is very close to like starting to fit because you can only he's having surgeries on his ankles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, It's only a matter of time before that tread is gone, and it's just bone on bone. And yeah, he doesn't have the best jump shot anyway. So
New. So 57. LaMelo Ball has played one more game than Ben Simmons. One more game
that's
as
hilarious.
Ben Simmons. And Ben Simmons doesn't play basketball. Okay, cool. LaMelo Ball. And LaMelo Ball is in fucking basketball hell on
Ben
top
Simmons
of it.
does not play basketball though.
I believe so. But Steph has invested in the technology to have adamantium ankle bracelets, ankle braces, so he does not have to deal with that anymore. LaMelo Ball, on the other hand, I don't think he could spell adamantium.
I also don't know if he could, but I will.
Bang, bang, bang.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Good job, Billy.
Somebody said that the reason LeBron and JJ Redick have a podcast is because LeBron is coaching JJ how to coach the Lakers. Twitter during the Knicks game, I was like, "That's hilarious. That would suck."
Yeah.
Because you know who has not done a good job of hiring head coaches over the last 5 years?
The Lakers.
The Lakers.
The Lakers. Although, actually, no. There's no although.
There is no although. It's Luke Walton, Frank Vogel, Darvin Ham.
They could not get Ty. They passed on
You
Ty
couldn't
Lue.
get Ty Lue.
Passed on Ty Lue.
So Darvin Ham's going to get fired. Coach Bud is going to be their coach, and they're all I'm going to be sitting there pointing and laughing.
They fired Mike Brown after like 15 games.
So you guys know how I feel about Mike Brown. Granted, it's better now, but like, what has Mike Brown outside of this Kings job showed anybody what a coach he is?
I mean, he's gone to the finals.
Yeah, great. LeBron James carried that team. It definitely was not because of coaching. Maybe it had something to do with, I don't know, LeBron James scoring 22 straight points in overtime.
29 out of 30.
Straight up just carrying bums to the finals.
That's a fact.
I don't want to talk about somebody who got a job because of just, hey, I coached LeBron James. That's like Adam Gase getting a job. Hey, I was Peyton Manning's quarterback coach.
The Lakers definitely. I don't understand why they blew up that bubble team. I really don't.
It's what happens with championship teams. You got guys who are on 1 year deal. You get the ring. You're not poached. You're poached for everything you got. That happens in every sport. You played on that team that contributed or that won a ring.
They let Caruso and KCP walk though. They let them walk. LeBron was screaming for them to sign Caruso
they paid
back.
Kuzma, didn't they? They paid somebody.
I don't know who they picked. I'm trying to think. I thought Washington signed Kuzma.
Washington signed Kuzma, but I think he had an extension. Let me see.
Because he re-upped with Washington, and that's when we were all like, he doesn't want to win. He doesn't want to win.
He does not want to win. He just wants a bag.
He just wants his money. Wants his money, get some cardio.
Yeah, they because that would have been year 4, and then they traded him.
So they paid Kuzma.
Do they have his contracts? Kyle Kuzma contracts. Let's see. He signed a rookie extension in 2021.
So yeah, so that's
So yeah, they did sign him to an extension. Then he was traded, and then Washington re-upped on it. Yeah, he signed a 3-year, $39 million deal. So they had to let the role players go because he was a 20s pick, so he wasn't getting paid a ton. He was a Nets pick.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm. So he was on originally a 3-year deal, extended him, and that's why they had to let a couple of those guys walk. So, unfortunately, they went with the youth guy who they thought was going to be a real contributor instead of the grinded out guys that kind of really mattered.
Because I distinctively remember LeBron pleading for them to sign Caruso back.
Yeah, LeBron also.
LeBron has made some bad. LeBron, the GM, has not
the GM, yeah, the GM's not great.
But he hit on that Caruso pick though.
He did. Remember when he was trying to convince the league that Taylor Horton Tucker was like awesome?
Yes.
And then they could have gotten like Kyle Lowry in a first round pick for him, and then they traded him for like nothing.
To be fair, he was great with LeBron. He had a stint there where he was playing crazy, and then reality hit, and LeBron got hurt. He got hurt, and then reality hit. He realized he wasn't that
crazy.
All right, crazy. Yeah. Crazy far. But he was giving you the same thing that Austin Reeves was giving them.
No, Austin Reeves,
not defensively, because
I was saying, don't do that to my guy. Don't do that to me about Austin Reeves.
Dog.
Austin Reeves better than Michael Jordan. Another year, another narrative being pushed. Austin Reeves better than Michael Jordan. Don't care.
Then he should have blocked Jamal Murray's shot.
Are we acting like Michael Jordan never got scored on ever? To be fair,
talk about the Lakers? Do we want to talk
to
about
be
the
fair,
Lakers?
Austin Reeves played good defense on that.
He did. He played. Right.
He did.
I can't get mad at that shot. Yeah, you can't get mad at that shot. I mean,
I just don't understand what the fuck the Lakers were doing.
They were
and just being like, "Hey, Jamal Murray, just do whatever the fuck you want." Granted, Jamal Murray was like every time AD guarded him, he didn't miss, which is horrifying.
Like
horrifying.
Did not miss. Like
he's like, "Oh, the best defender on your team is out here. Guard me. Hold this. I don't fucking care."
Last year, it was Joker making ridiculous shots over AD, and this year it was Murray making ridiculous shots over AD. And like, AD's not playing bad defense. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Swish in your face. Swish in your face. Man, I don't even know, boy.
Let's revisit another conversation. Let's go back almost a year. He right?
He was on that trajectory.
Let's go back about a year.
Okay. I don't have any music that'll.
Don't worry, no, it's fine. So we're gonna go back about a year. There was a question in the chat that was proposed. Who would you rather have, Jamal Murray or John Morant? And I got killed for saying I'd rather have Jamal Murray. I got absolutely killed.
When healthy, I'd still rather have Thug.
You're insane. You are insane.
You know why I'm not insane? So we're gonna find out. And I feel weird because we're gonna break this series down because it's gonna be fun. Because last year I was laughing at Minnesota when you and Anthony were trying to tell me that Minnesota had a chance. Minnesota's gonna right
as a less than 0%, like a more than 0% chance.
I told y'all they had no chance in hell of winning that series, and I rightly predicted that they were going to lose them. I actually got every game right because I said they were going to win Game 4 and then promptly lose Game 5, but nevertheless, my point. Right now, Do you want Jamal Murray or do you want Anthony Edwards? Because
Oh, I want
to
Anthony
me-
Edwards.
So that's why
That's
I
a
want
silly
John Morant.
question.
That's why I want John Morant.
That's
It's the
not
same thing.
why they're not the same
thing.
player.
It's
They're
same
not the
thing.
same player. They
It's
are
the
nowhere
same.
near the same player.
They're the same. You must have forgotten who Thug Morant is. You have
John
forgotten who
Morant
Thug Morant
wishes
is.
he had a bag like Anthony Edwards.
All right.
What are we doing?
All right.
Ja does not have that bag. What are we doing,
we
Mike?
gotta flirt with it.
What are we doing? If John Morant had the bag like Anthony Edwards, I'd be screaming that Ja's the best player in basketball.
Thug Morant is a bad man.
But he's not. John Morant is not going to come down and hit you with a tween, fuck it, pull up in your face, don't matter, bang. Like, what are we, like, the bag is different.
He's going to go bang, bang, jump from the free throw line and dunk on your head.
Like, he doesn't have the same,
Still
he doesn't
2
have
points,
the
right?
jump shot that Anthony Edwards has.
It's
Like,
still 2 points.
What makes you better, if you're sitting there and you're trying to compare two players and who's better or not, you have to look at the bag. You have to look at the bag. And John Morant's bag is, I could jump really high. I could dunk on you real hard. I got a floater layup, but I can't get my shot off where I need it.
Are you saying that John Morant can't get his own shot?
Can he get it the way Ant does?
That's not what I asked you.
No. If he can't get it the way Ant does, I don't want to hear it. If he can't get his shot off the way Jamal Murray does, I don't want to hear it.
I was about to say, but Jamal Murray can't get his shot the way Anthony Edwards does.
Excuse me?
He can't. He can't get to the hole the way Anthony Edwards can.
Getting to the hole and getting your shot off, completely different. I did watch.
So what are we talking about? Getting to the spot? What are we talking about?
I did watch Jamal Murray dunk on LeBron James yesterday, so there's
he
that.
He caught LeBron. I don't know why.
He caught a Labati.
If you watch that replay, Jamal was already in the air up like this, and then LeBron was like, "Oh, let me jump."
LeBron thought the calf.
LeBron, you had no chance of blocking that. Zero chance of blocking that, and you just decided, well, I'm gonna try, dunked on. Because why? You had no chance of getting that ball. But nevertheless, what are we talking about?
I think Ja's game is so much more athleticism than skill, where Anthony Edwards and Jamal Murray are more skill.
So do you?
But Anthony is a freak athlete.
Like that's what. Like I don't understand what we're saying. Anthony Edwards is a freak athlete.
Freak athlete who also is incredibly skilled. Like Anthony Edwards is the best shooting guard in basketball, hands down.
You said that last night, and
hands
I thought
down
about it, and I couldn't think.
He's better than Devin Booker.
See, the first name that popped into my head was Paul George, but I don't know what. Yeah, that's why I didn't bring him up in the chat, because I don't know what Paul George is really.
He's a forward.
He popped into my head. If you want to say that he's a forward, then Devin Booker would be the next person I would think of.
Because Devin Booker was the best shooting guard in basketball. And whatever Shai is, but Anthony Edwards better than Shai.
See, exactly, because I think of Shai as a point guard. I realize how big. I know he's tall. But I look at him as a point, even though they have Giddey. I guess you're right. I guess Shai's a two, because Giddey actually runs.
Shai's a tweener.
He's a tweener.
He's a tweener. But Anthony Edwards got a better bag than Shai, too. Tell me I'm lying. I'm lying.
I don't want to call you a liar. I don't think you're lying. I just think you're wrong.
I'm not. That would mean I'm lying.
Don't try. I'm trying to be respectful to you, because you're talking about my MVP. Don't talk about my MVP.
Listen, Shai's great.
Shai's going to the finals. I don't know if you know this yet. Shai's going to the finals. Yes, you heard it right here. The Thunder are going to the finals. Yep. We'll see. I'll see you in 3 weeks.
First off,
I'm gonna have my little Thunder pom poms, and I'm gonna be sitting.
First off, Shai is a free throw merchant.
Oh my god!
You know who else is a free throw merchant?
Jalen Brunson.
James Harden. No, not Jalen Brunson. No, Jalen Brunson doesn't get
He's not a free throw merchant. He's a free throw demon. That's what he is.
Jalen Brunson shoots significantly less free throws than anybody really realizes. So we'll leave that there. I think Jalen Brunson shoots like 6 free throws a game. Thank you.
That's what I mean.
Correct.
It's tough
Correct.
because these guys are tweening. I don't know what to tell you. Like
Most
if
guards
we're
are
just
tweeners,
gonna,
but
if
Ant
we're
is
just gonna
is
say
the one.
strictly a strict 2 guard, then yeah, I'm gonna give it to Ant. But like, I still don't think he's better than Paul George right now. So I don't know.
Shy is an absolute free throw merchant. He scores 30 a game and he shoots like 12 free throws a game.
I have no idea how Milwaukee's up 20 right now. By the way,
I also don't. This is insane.
No idea.
This just helps Boston. But yeah, Shy scores 30 a game and shoots like 12 free throws. This is why I didn't say, like, when Anthony said Devin Booker went nuclear in game 4, I was like, he shot 20 free throws. What are we doing nuclear?
That's Roz's brother. It's
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
who by the way promptly could not wait to message me when the Lakers lost game 3, I think it was. Game 2 or game 3. He couldn't wait. No, the game LeBron missed the 3. He couldn't wait to message me about LeBron missing. Couldn't. Fickle. Fraud. Fraud you are. Fraud.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards is the best 2 guard in basketball.
If
Bar
we're
none.
eliminating tweeners, then I will give you that. I won't argue with that.
With tweeners. It don't matter to me.
With tweeners, he's not.
With tweeners, it don't matter to me. Paul George is a forward, so it don't matter to me.
And I don't know if he's better. I don't know if he's better than my MVP. So
Shy, again, free throw merchant.
insane calls.
He's right, but Shy is good at manipulating the refs.
So you saying Shy don't have a bag either?
He has a bag. Is it
Like-
as deep as Anthony Edwards' bag? No.
No, but what I'm just saying, like outside of Kyrie Irving, no one has a bag like Anthony Edwards. Like, is that what we're saying?
Hold on. Kyrie's bag is insane. But like, it's the ability in which you get to your shots and where you get your
But
shots.
again,
from.
that's you gotta clarify this for me, because get to your spots or get to your shot.
Both.
Because get to your spot is a mixture of coaching also. Putting you in position
guys
to
don't
get
need
to
that.
your spot.
But
Some guys don't.
That's how you know your bag is deep.
But
If you can
I think Jamal Murray benefits because Mike Malone is a phenomenal coach.
I do too, but I think Jamal Murray is also one of those guys where he doesn't need the coach to get to his spot. He is good enough. His bag is deep enough to get his shot off, get to his spot, and make it. We saw that shot. The game winner last night is a great example of that, where he goes, gets to his spot. He does a quick little shuffle 1-2 to make sure that Anthony Davis can't get there to make the stop. Austin Reeves a little late on his pull-up. Bang. Like, that's a tough shot. Tough shot taker, tough shot maker. Like, that's bag.
PG's bag is crazy, as Hill was saying.
PG's bag is PG for a forward has the deepest bag in basketball. Deepest bag in basketball. And he's correct. Bron does not have a bag. Bron does not have much of a bag.
Well, we know that because James said he's going to steal the ball from him.
Bron is a very simple
Bron
play
could
style.
be 50 and James would never touch the basket.
But again, you know who also didn't have a crazy bag? Michael Jordan.
Don't do
He
that.
was a master at the things he
Don't
did.
do that. Don't.
He was just a master at the things he did.
Don't get the Jordan guys in here.
Jordan's bag wasn't deep. He was just excellent. The excellence of execution.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. But again, Paul George, outside of Kyrie Irving, Paul George got the deepest bag in basketball.
I don't know. Luka's bag is crazy.
Paul George's bag is fucking crazy.
Paul George's bag is crazy. You're not. That's why I'm bringing him up, because you're not.
No. I will give PG his. Again, I said this when let's bring it back again. Remember when we were doing the Tracy McGrady thing the last time we did it?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, if you want to be real here, Tracy McGrady's game influenced Paul George's game, which is influencing the youth of forwards basketball, because every young forward will tell you that Paul George is their guy. Every young Cayenne Anthony is the perfect example of this, where he's like, hey, whatever, my dad, whatever, but like Paul George is the one.
which is so
Bag is
stupid.
deep.
It's so funny because Melo's bag was also
Melo's bag is
ridiculous.
deep,
ridiculous.
but
You
Melo
talking about
couldn't
someone that
dribble
can
the way
get to
Paul
the
George.
No, he doesn't have boogies like Paul George, but Melo had handles.
But
though.
Melo's bag, Melo's ability to
Melo's
Melo's
to
probably
get to
like
his spot is unbelievable. Melo will
unreal.
get to his spot in two dribbles.
Unreal.
2 dribbles, I'm here. Bang. In your face.
Unreal. His ability to get his shot off, get to his spot exactly what you want.
If Melo was on this Knicks team, prime Melo on this Knicks team, oh my God. Raise the banner now. Raise the banner now. Prime Melo on this Knicks team, oh my goodness. Raise the banner.
But like again, Paul George's game doesn't happen if McGrady isn't McGrady. What other 6'9" guy was doing what McGrady was doing?
Grant Hill.
Grant Hill couldn't shoot.
Yes, he could.
No, he could not.
He couldn't shoot. It was a different game, but he could shoot. He just didn't shoot at the clip that McGrady and the rest of these guys shoot now. But he could shoot. Don't act like he couldn't shoot.
Grant Hill was one of the first wings who moved laterally. Great athlete, did his thing.
Grant Hill had a bag too.
Grant Hill, but not like McGrady.
I will give you that.
Not like McGrady.
I will give you that. But he was first. He was first. Did he not play? Did he not come before Tracy McGrady?
Yes. What year did Grant Hill come in? 94. 94,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
2 years. 2 years before. 2 years before.
Grant Hill crawled so McGrady could walk. So
don't worry, they were teammates. Run. You never would have known, though. You never would have known they were teammates.
Grant Hill crawled so McGrady could walk, so PG could run, so whoever's going to be next can dunk. There you go. There you go. Circle of life.
I don't really know how you can evolve Paul George's game more.
He could be a little stronger. I mean, we're nitpicking. If I'm nitpicking,
we're nitpicking. Is it Wemby? Is Wemby the natural evolution of this game?
Wemby's too big.
It's like Paul George is the final form of 6, 9, 10, 11 guys, ball handling, dribbling, shooting, get to your spot, get your shot off, like just bucket getter.
I really can't think of.
Like, how do you improve that? You just, instead of shooting like 36%, you shoot 50%?
The only person that pops into my head really is Melo. And like we said, Melo can't dribble like Paul George can. So, I don't know.
James,
that young lady. Oh, that young lady's in Cancun right now, living the time.
Got no playing time.
No playing time. Life right. Living her best life right now. Leave that young lady alone.
Listen, Frank Vogel's going to get fired, but like at that point, you got to just throw shit at the wall and hope it sticks. You could have played Bol Bol.
I would have played Bol Bol.
You could have played Bol Bol.
I would have played him more.
Just to see.
That's what I don't understand in the playoffs. Just see what happens.
You're about to get swept. You have to do something.
See if he can give you 10. See if he can give KD 10 minutes.
Because you're playing Bradley Beal to just do nothing.
Bradley Beal is very close to getting into that sucker range because people think that this was his first time in the playoffs, but it was not. Russ dragged Washington to the playoffs, and Bradley Beal did nothing. John Wall is still waiting for Bradley Beal to do something in the playoffs. Don't let these narratives fool you about Bradley Beal. Like, oh, he finally did it. He's gonna turn up because he's been waiting so long. No, he's been here, and he stunk then, and he stunk it up.
Mike, give me my flowers.
Oh, fucking Phoenix.
Give me my flowers.
This is why I didn't want to bet a real spin on it.
Give me my flowers.
I gotta see the matchups.
Give me my flowers.
But you
I was standing on business with them.
Early.
early. I was like,
I-
they're a first round out. Regardless. Didn't matter who they played. They were a first round out. The only way they wouldn't have been a first round out to me is if they played New Orleans.
If they played Denver, they would have gave Denver the business.
Choke the end with 9. Like, you think they would have given the business to Denver?
I'm just talking.
Okay, I was about to say, please stop. Please stop. Like, there really is not a series in the Western Conference playoffs where they could have won outside of New Orleans.
And that's only because Zion got hurt.
Yep. And if Zion was healthy, I'd probably be like, I'm picking New Orleans at 7.
Because now that I'm looking at it, watching this first round, they wouldn't have. OKC maybe, because
I think OKC wins that.
OKC would have let them run up and down the court, but they're not beating OKC. They wouldn't have beat Denver. They wouldn't have, like I said, I severely underestimated Minnesota. Minnesota is really good.
I also underestimated Minnesota. I didn't think, but
Like,
I did
surprised.
still think they would. If you would have asked me, hey, Minnesota going to sweep Phoenix? I'd be like, yeah.
I'm not surprised that they beat Phoenix. I'm surprised at how they beat Phoenix and how easily they beat Phoenix. Phoenix was never in Dylan. They were never in that series. Not one. I think game 2,
game four. They were very much so in that game.
They were never gonna win that.
They were in that game. They very much so were, but again, we all knew how good Anthony Edwards was. But he did that thing superstars are supposed to do in the postseason where you elevate your game.
Mm-hmm.
And
this all brings us back full circle. Ja is better than him. I don't care what you say.
Oh, fuck out of here.
Ja is better than him.
Get the fuck out of here.
You're going to see next year, too. You're going to see next year.
Get the fuck out of here.
You're going to see Doug Morant is going to be back next year.
Ja is not better than Anthony Edwards. No. He's not.
You're going to see.
He's not. Anthony, you know
when
who
did they say that?
I don't remember that. You know who made a really good point to me about this Timberwolves team and the Suns? My brother.
See?
He said to me,
Sand Viper.
This series reminds me of when the Young Thunder kicked Kobe and them out the playoffs. And that Laker team never really came back. I was like, that's fair. That's a very fair point. Because KD, admire Kobe, but we got to pack you up. Anthony Edwards from tip is like, I love Kevin Durant. That's my guy. But fuck you.
Yo, that thing you put in there of the Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, that chef's kiss. Because that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened.
But except Anthony Edwards didn't say, I'm sorry. He was just like, love you. Bang. See ya. See ya. I ain't sorry. Goodbye. Goodbye. And then when they meet each other at Team USA, he's like, hey, Kevin.
Hey, we're still friends, right? We're still friends.
Hey, Kevin. That Suns team is in hell.
Yeah.
Hell.
Yeah.
Like, how do you recoup anything? Like, the only way you can recoup any assets
they
because
have to trade one of them big three.
Bradley Beal has a no trade clause still.
We know where this is going, Dylan. It's either KD or Booker going to get traded. He's going to get traded.
Like, but here's what I'm asking, right? How do you trade Booker when he's the present and the future? Remember, Booker's still in like his 20s.
Who's taking KD? Who's taking we gotta be
KD's
real. We gotta be real.
KD's an easy one. Everybody will take KD.
We gotta be real though. Like at this point, drama follows him. Wherever KD goes, drama seems to follow. Like, and to be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, like, he's you assume he's just an easy plug and play. But as I was telling you, he complains everywhere he goes. He complains every time. He complains every time. He left OKC because Russ was taking too many shots. He left.
That's wrong. That's not wrong though. It's not even too many shots. He was taking bad shots.
regardless.
And Russ was the king of taking bad shots at OKC.
He left Golden State because him and Draymond got in a fight and he wasn't getting the credit. So he thought him and Kyrie were going to just go to Brooklyn and we were going to pass, and it was going to be great. And then they got swept. Then they got swept.
Why did they get swept, Mike?
Because Boston was better than them.
So
Jason Tatum outplayed Kevin Durant.
Let's take let's
Did that not
go
happen?
ahead. Let's not create revisionist history. How many games did Kyrie Irving play that season?
I do not know.
20.
Oh, that was the COVID year.
That's this. Yes.
Did he play in the playoffs?
Yes. So a guy is supposed to be okay and just playing 20 games and no continuity? No. But again, we got outplayed, we got outcoached. And I stand to this day, if Steve Nash plays Blake Griffin more, the series is a little different. Because
game. I mean, me and you were screaming it in real time.
Because when he put Blake Griffin in, Blake Griffin just he was blown up to the gills. He was pink. He was pink out there doing his damn discarding Jaylen Brown and getting buckets. And we're like, why did this happen now? This should have been the thing the entire series. He should have been in here, but no, Steve Nash is fucking stupid. So this,
but regardless, Jason Tatum was the best player on that floor.
He was the best player on that floor. Absolutely. 100% agree. There's other factors in play to it besides that. But again, I was complaining about how that offense was being run the entire series. And Kevin Durant had every right to also complain about how the offense was being run. It's a little bit of both. But this is very true. So, yes. Steve Nash deserved to get dragged. Because Kevin Durant's not a good pick and roll ball handler. He's not. So why are you putting him in that position? Steve Nash did it all the time. And it was trash. Now Kevin Durant's like, yeah, I kind of don't like sitting in the corner. That's like not great. And I'm not good in pick and roll. So why?
So then what is he good in?
Run him off pin downs. Run him as the screener. Don't run him as the pick and roll ball handler. He gets too low. His arms stick out too long. He is a blitz away from turning over the ball. And we saw that in that Brooklyn Nets series, Boston Celtics. He turned over the ball a ton on pick and rolls. Like, if anybody knows how Kevin Durant plays, Kevin Durant knows how Kevin Durant plays. So for him to be like, hey, I'm not really comfortable in this offense because it's for guards, that's not wrong. But again, that's not why they lost. So they did not lose because Kevin Durant
doesn't want to be catch and shoot in the corner. He wants to be catch and shoot from the elbow.
But he's not catch and shoot in the corner. He is.
He didn't want to play.
He doesn't want to sit and watch ISO ball in the corner because Devin Booker did take more shots than him, and that's what a lot of the offense was.
He wants to play ISO ball, though. I'm telling you,
Kevin Durant wants to swing. That's the thing. Kevin Durant is cool taking 16 shots a game.
But you can't say that and then tell me he gets mad sitting in the corner
when he's not swinging or not being involved in the ball
But if you're cool with only taking a few shots, then that means you're cool with other guys getting shots and getting their shit off.
It's not a matter of other guys getting their shit off and getting shots. It's how they're getting their shit off and how they're getting their shots.
So Kevin Durant, you want the ball.
No,
you don't like what they're doing, so give me the ball.
Again, I don't think I think you're completely misinterpreting this because Kevin Durant and Golden State only took like 15, 16 shots a game, but there was constant movement off the ball and they were constantly swinging.
But the problem,
that's what he wants.
No, because the problem in Golden State became he started playing ISO ball too much and they had a problem with it and they told him to stop.
Well, no, the problem in OKC was Steph was getting double teamed. I mean, yeah, in Golden State, Steph was getting double teamed, and then Clay was trapped in the corner, and Draymond can't shoot. So Kevin Durant was like, "All right, bet, let me go do my thing."
But there's also 4 ridiculous shooters on the floor, so
So
Anybody.
Iguodala is not a ridiculous shooter. One, Draymond Green also not a ridiculous shooter. So it was three ridiculous shooters.
3 ridiculous shooters and a very, very good passer in Draymond.
Yes, but again,
Playmaker, I guess.
I don't think they were mad that he was playing like taking his shots. He only takes 16 shots a game.
He was playing ISO ball too much. That's one of the reasons. He got the whole fight with him and Draymond because Draymond didn't give him the ball. Because he wanted the ball.
Granted, Draymond made a dumb fucking decision.
He did. He made a horrible turnover because Draymond was like, nah, let me show you. And then Draymond proceeded to turn the ball over. But Kevin Durant wanted the ball.
Ego. Yeah. Again, Kevin Durant at that point was probably the best player in the world. He probably was the best player in the world. You don't win 2 finals MVPs on that team and not be considered the best player in the world.
I always have a problem with that argument because his job was so much easier because he had 2 other phenomenal shooters and a great playmaker. They did all the work for him. And he's too good of a player. When a player as good as him doesn't have to do work, like that doesn't mean he's
we're
great.
Not here to act like this guy didn't average like 27 a game still.
But I'm saying, like, did he elevate his game or just do what he was supposed to do?
No, I think he. So
I don't know if he elevated his game. That's what I'm saying.
I absolutely think he elevated his game.
His game was already great. I don't know if he elevated it because he didn't have to.
Because mentally, he became smarter in the game. He got to see a different way of doing it. And he got to see it, and that's why everywhere he's been, he's tried to emulate what Golden State had.
And he's realized.
And nobody wants to do that.
Well, actually, I think
when Brooklyn did it, it worked.
Because
the problem with Brooklyn,
because Brooklyn had 2 more Hall of Famers. He was on a team with 3 other Hall of Famers in himself.
Again,
makes life a lot easier
when you are able to Milwaukee Bucks series. Right? That same offense worked. The problem is injuries, and Joe Harris fucking sucked.
He lost his Hall of Famers. That's what happened.
And he still carried them to 7 games. And again, was a toe on the line from winning.
With his iso ball, because that's all he wanted to do anyway.
All he wanted... Joe Harris was taking 12 shots a game. Jeff Green was taking all these shots. Blake Griffin, like Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown had a game where he had like 30 points off of small ball pick and rolls. Like, we can't say that, like, he just wanted iso ball. He just wanted iso ball. Kevin Durant was a big proponent of swinging the ball. When the Nets offense started to stray away from that, that's when you got the dumb shit. That's when you started seeing Boston fucking blow them out because they were no longer doing that.
But wasn't James Harden, isn't that the year he led the league in assists?
With us? No. James Harden led the league in assists when he was in Houston.
He didn't do that in Brooklyn.
No, he didn't have enough time with Brooklyn to do it. He came November? Out of shape, and then he didn't play earlier in the season, and then he was averaging like 9 assists a game, but that wasn't leading the league.
Okay, so 9 assists a game.
No, but he was averaging a lot of assists when James Harden was the point guard. James Harden was running the offense for everybody else. But then you go and you're like, hey, I'd like to be a part of an offense where there's more ball movement and everybody's getting easier shots as opposed to really working for your shots. It's different. In that Golden State offense, how many people truly worked for their shots in those years? Is it because Steph was getting fucking quadruple teamed the second he fucking got the ball? But everybody else was just getting easy shots. Off-ball screens, zip-ups, pin-downs. Everything they were doing was to get easier shots. Work smarter, not harder. That's all Kevin Durant wanted.
And I will also add, it's kind of a Captain Obvious as well, because what superstar player doesn't want easier shots and for the ball to move and not be stagnant? Like, that's common sense. But
yeah, it may seem like, oh, he's complaining, but it's just like, we were just complaining about Philadelphia playing.
Team in the league can do that.
We're over here complaining about Philly playing fucking bad basketball and making dumb decisions. You can work smarter, not harder. Stop putting Embiid at the 3-point line posting up. That doesn't work. Stop trying to force passes into the post when they're waiting for you to do it. Create another way to get the easier shot. I think, and I don't think it's wrong to try to ask for that, especially when Booker and KD have to sit there in the playoffs, and if they don't score 65 combined, they don't have a chance. When you could get Bradley Beal a better shot, you could get Eric Gordon a better shot, you get Devin Booker easier shots.
Bradley Beal might be washed. So.
Might be. He never got swept, but he about to be doing sweeping.
We got to see what happens next year, but yeah.
He might be washed. He's the worst contract in basketball.
Him having a no trade clause is crazy. It's crazy.
Why would I waive that?
It's wild.
It's Kevin Durant or Booker.
We're getting very close, Dylan, to your favorite part of the night when Giannis comes in the game. We're flirting with it right now. Can you believe
that fucking loser, what he posted? That
was the funniest shit I've seen in a while. And you about to see it. You about to see Michael Jordan you about to see Jordan in a couple minutes, boy. You about to see him come out here and light it up. Light it up.
You want, Mike, there's this thing I say, it's called loser shit, right? Coming into the game when you're up 20 with a minute and a half left and giving every bit of effort you have is loser shit.
It's not. That's hustle. That's hard.
That's like you're winning by 20. You're up 20 or you're down 20. You're
grit and grind.
Like when he was doing all that to TJ McConnell, I would have just been like, here, Thanasis, go do your windmill off the backboard at self alley-oop to yourself while you're down 20, you fucking loser. Or just put the ball on the ground and walk away. Like, fine, go have your moment. That's loser shit. I hate that motherfucker.
Well, hit him all you want. He's about to come in the game in about 2 minutes.
Now turn the game off. I'll turn the game off. Comes in for the hardest. The NASA's Jeffrey Jordan. You will never see a player play harder for 2 minutes more than Thanasis.
Love it.
No, you don't. He's going to come out, hit somebody with a sham god, and then turn over the ball. Fucking loser. What a fucking loser. This man can't even see playing time, like actual playing time. When you have at this point, three of your team's best players not playing.
If he comes in this game, he's scoring tonight.
Oh, and there's no doubt. How many?
Scoring.
How many?
I got to see when he comes in the game. Because if he comes in the game with like the fouls and stuff, if he comes in the game with a minute left, then I'm not going to do nothing crazy. Don't let him come in this game in the next 2 minutes, though.
He definitely is coming. I don't know. They're all still sitting.
5 points.
He just promptly sat his ass down on the bench, so I don't think he's coming in anytime soon. Let me take a look at this box score of this game, because I feel like this is one of those random Pat Beverly games without looking.
Yeah, I'm not even real. I stopped watching as soon as we went live. I don't know.
Pat Beverly is 13 points, 12 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block.
And you're right. This is a Pat Beverly game.
This is one of those Pat Beverly games.
You know what that means, right? They're going to light his ass up in Indiana. They're going to light his ass up in Indiana.
You know who Philly really would have loved to have had in this series? Pat Beverly.
Well, I mean, they had him.
I know. They traded him. Philly loved Pat Bev, too.
Mm-hmm. He liked playing there.
Over there. Yup. He would have been great for this Knicks series because he would have been pissing Jalen Brunson off. He would have been pissing because Kyle Lowry would be playing. He really wouldn't be playing. Kyle Lowry really didn't play tonight either.
Yeah, 5 fouls.
What's the line, James? Over under him scoring before 0-0. Is it like 2.5? Because I'll take the under.
I might take that over.
Oh, you think he's going to score 4 points
I
before
might take-
at a regulation?
Not
I'm
if
gonna put a-
fucking Obi Toppin keeps hitting threes. Like,
If
bro,
he enters in the game, you want to put a single Gatorade on it?
bro. No, because I told you if he comes in the game with 50 seconds left, I'm not doing that.
But it says before 0-0.
I'm not doing that. James can do that. If he come in the game right
Well,
now,
they're
I'll
up
do it.
21. He won't get up off the bench until 2 minutes. If he enters the game at 2 minutes, are you in?
I might be in if he comes in before.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
I might be in. I might be in. He's gonna come. He's gonna give me a point. He's gonna give me a bucket.
No,
I'm about to say I really need
I
Obi
just saw
Toppin
him
to
sit back
calm down. I need Obi Toppin to calm down. The game is over. It also depends on Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle got to take his starters out too, or Doc's never going to do it.
There's one.
He traveled.
Yeah, Doc's Carlisle's not taking his starters out.
So he's not going to get in the game.
All right, I got
Because
two white boys for Milwaukee coming in.
Obi Toppin just keeps scoring. Like, bro, give it up. 115, not for 4 points.
And not for 2.5. It'll be 3 points.
Nah.
Hold up, players are coming out. Oh nope, Thanasis is smacking asses on the bench. He's not coming in.
Doc, you are
you
raggedy.
fucking loser.
You're raggedy for that, Doc. You are raggedy for that.
We don't want him in the fucking game. We don't want to.
This is the drama of the night. This is how we're gonna end the show.
With no Thanasis. Oh, great.
So
Great.
So are you picking Milwaukee to win Game 6?
I don't know what their lineup is. As long as I know that Dame and Giannis aren't playing, I'm not picking them to win games. Like, I don't care how this turned out. I'm not picking them to win games without them. I just can't. I can't do it. Not my blood. Oof.
Yeah, he's not getting in this game.
Nope.
He's not. He's definitely not.
Hold on. Nope. Everybody but him. Everybody but him is getting in this game.
That three was crazy. A minute 20.
Yep. First person giving high fives.
Team player, man.
He's a bitch.
Team player. I love how these Milwaukee fans are going crazy. Y'all season ends in 2 days. Y'all season ends in 2 days. They literally just delayed the inevitable.
I would have won the under. I took the under.
That's why I didn't bet it. That's what I told you. I got to see if he gets in the game. Look at these bums in this game.
Oh, we love this. This is chef's kiss. Oh, we love not having this fucking loser.
Doc is doing nasty work right now.
He's doing God's work. God doesn't want to see Thanasis on the court.
So we'll probably be on, I guess, Thursday after Game 6 with the Knicks. So I guess you don't have to make a prediction for the second round until then. You want to quickly before we go? Do you want to?
Yes.
And look, this was almost my prediction. 50 seconds left, but nope.
Look at him. Look at him on the sideline sitting next to his brother. Bunch of fucking losers. That's what they are.
They're going to get chicken
Oreos after this.
Oreos
Chick-fil-A.
after this game. Chick-fil-A, and they're going to enjoy life.
Fuck them.
You want to talk about your Jets draft? Because I don't want to talk about Tennessee's draft.
Tennessee had a good draft. What are you talking about? Tennessee had a great draft. What are we doing?
Great.
Yes, you guys had a great draft. Just because we didn't get a wide receiver, why does nobody value offensive linemen in here? Nobody value you and Anthony. Anthony, them taking Brock Bowers is fucking hilarious because you have so many other holes, and they went and drafted a luxury pick. Like, you make the tight end pick when you got everything else. You got to protect Will Levis.
I don't have a problem with that pick. It's not horrible.
And then you pick defensive guys.
The Texas tackle that they got, he got to get in shape, but okay.
You took a bunch of defensive guys. The Titans had a good draft, a very good draft. Be proud of your boys, Mike. They did good things.
I'm just mad because I know that we're the second best team in the division. We're in purgatory right now. We're not better than Houston. We're not close to being better than Houston.
No, Houston did that thing where they got real good.
So, like, you hear me saying anything? If Tennessee didn't exist, I would love rooting for that Houston team. That Houston team is going to be fun.
That Houston team real good. Real good.
Thursday.
Jets draft is great.
We have until Friday for James to owe Anthony 3-pack to Gatorade.
Jets had a great draft. Jets did everything I wanted. I
did not like that Wisconsin running back pick.
I loved it.
I did not like.
I didn't like the other running back pick.
I did not like.
Do you know why they picked him?
To be a fullback.
We were not good inside the tackles and short yardage.
To be a fullback.
Yeah, he's the Derrick Henry. That's what they're going to use him as. And you need somebody like that. Brees is your home run hitter. He's your fucking, I'm going to grind out 2 yards. And I love that. That's why I was like, perfect, cool. The wide receiver we got, loved him.
We'll see. He's okay.
The only problem with him is the talent he played against, but he plays with such effort that shit translates.
He's got Steve Smith Sr.
He's got Debo written all over him.
Easy.
The style of play. Because he's not as Steve Smith Sr. was a really good wide receiver. Like wide receiver. He's Debo in the sense of gadget. I could take 2 yards, 40 yards. I could take this from behind the line of scrimmage out. Like Debo in how he play in the play style, but not Debo. Just in player comp. And also, then we got my quarterback that I wanted. That I've been pounding the table on for months.
Yes.
I wanted Jordan Travis for months.
And we both think he's going to be a good NFL player. You just got to give him time to heal.
Let him heal up, and you get to sit behind.
And now he gets to learn the mysteries of the world.
Not even the mysteries of the world. I'm just talking about behind Tyrod. Because I don't trust Aaron Rodgers enough. You get to sit behind a pros pro in Tyrod, who prepares like he's a starter every week. Every week he goes in, does exactly what his job is, and it will outwork everything he does. And then you get to see the little intricacies of Aaron Rodgers as well, because I don't think you'll get a ton of hands-on. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't talk to Jordan Love to understand that. But I think just being around Aaron Rodgers is going to help Jordan Travis. And in case anybody didn't watch Jordan Travis at FSU,
he can play.
He could fucking play. He could play. He was a fast as shit, too. Fast as shit.
He could play. So, I'm not mad at it. He can play.
Mm-hmm. So, and again, if he didn't get hurt, he would have been a second-round pick. And I stand on that.
The way that this draft, he might have won the first round.
He might. That Michael Penix is crazy.
I can't wait.
I love that he went there. I love that they had the balls to pick him, but he went to the situation that I said he needed to go to. A team where he could sit for a few years, have weapons, and learn.
It was weird, but I get it.
I love it.
And if Kirk Cousins shits the bed, he's gonna be right there.
Good for him. Again, the worst team in the draft was Denver. There's nothing redeeming about anything they did. They have the worst quarterback room I've ever seen. And I liked Bo Nix out of college. He's another one who needed to sit somewhere.
You know that I did not like Bo Nix.
Yeah, he's another one who needed to sit somewhere. He is a check down Charlie. That's the problem. Everyone wants to talk about, accuracy. You know who's real accurate too? Sam Bradford. You know what Sam Bradford did? Check down.
Trash.
Sam Bradford led the NFL in completion percentage because he checked down half the time. And that's all he did at Oregon too. Occasional deep throw, but mostly check down because he got blitzed to shit because their offensive line was really good. So you go to Denver, they suck. Zach Wilson's gonna be the starting quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know what all of this hoopla is. Zach Wilson is absolutely
Zach Wilson's the starting quarterback because
the best quarterback in that room.
Bo Nix and Zach Wilson, the better arm talent Zach Wilson. Just Zach Wilson fucking stupid. So good luck.
Zach has a better coaching staff around him, in my opinion.
I'm interested to see how Sean Payton's going to react to Zach Wilson. That's the interesting thing here, because ideally, if you're Sean Payton, you'd be like, I would love to redeem Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson has one of the probably 4 strongest arms in football, and he does it like nothing.
Kid's got moxie.
He's Mormon. And I just want to know how he's going to react because I think he'll be real quick to pull the trigger on him. Because Bo Nix by just proxy, it's like, you have the really ugly friend you bring with you out just so you look better in comparison. That's what Bo Nix would be to Zach Wilson because the fans are going to boo Zach Wilson to shit because his career's going to be... He fails here, his career's over, right? Yeah. It is what it is. And they're going to use him as a way to prop up Bo Nix. Is it fucked up? Incredibly. But it's exactly what's going to happen because you need to find a way to play that number 1 pick. But you can't force him out there early, have him suck, ruin his confidence, and then bring in Zach Wilson.
Let's ruin someone else's confidence first. Yeah.
Exactly. You got to ruin somebody else's confidence first. Or something has to happen, i.e. Tyrod Taylor getting stabbed in the lung. to allow the Justin Herbert era to begin.
Crazy.
It's insanity, but these are the things that has to happen. I thought the Titans had a good draft, Mike. I think you didn't make any sexy picks, and that can be annoying. But you made good football picks. Because you did all your sexy in free agency.
I thought we had a very good free agency.
You did all the sexy in free agency, and you went and you did the smart football things in the draft. It's the same thing with the Jets. We didn't really have we may have had a sexy free agency, but when it came to the draft, instead of doing all the flashy picks, it was we did the right picks that we needed. And that's all I care about.
Well, before we get out of here, Mavs Cavs tomorrow. Mavs Clippers.
Clippers. Oh, Clippers. If Kawhi's not playing, Clippers.
He's not playing.
Clippers. Paul George. You put Paul George in the playoff series with the Clippers without Kawhi Leonard, that guy goes nuclear. He is a better playoff performer when he has to be the guy. And also, we have to give James Harden a little bit of flowers.
No, it's the first round. I've seen this before.
No, but you've seen consistency?
In the first round, yeah.
When's the last time you saw consistency out of James Harden in the first round? I have an answer for you.
You have to go back to Houston, but...
No, you don't.
Oh, wait, last year when Embiid... Not last year.
Nope.
When they played Toronto. No, he wasn't consistent in that series.
Nope. He was every other game. Nets Celtics. The year before.
Oh, the year before.
Where we were dog walking those motherfuckers. Dog walking those motherfuckers. Running them in and out of their own building. Each one of them scored like 25 a game. When he has to be the third option, he's phenomenal in the playoffs. Phenomenal.
Put a little bit of pressure on that man.
put a little bit of pressure on it where he's got to be 2 or better.
Crumples.
May disappear. But even in the couple of the losses, even the last game Kawhi played, James Harden still had like the most points on the team. He still had like 20-something points.
Kawhi is a shell of himself.
Kawhi's fucked up. Are we going to talk about how Roz might have put like black magic voodoo on Kawhi Leonard?
Did. He absolutely did. He absolutely did. Absolutely, without a doubt.
Roz may owe Kawhi Leonard an apology. He may have to handwrite him a letter by carrier pigeon and apologize because I don't know if Kawhi Leonard uses technology.
I don't either. Question for you. Kawhi getting hurt and falling apart in the playoffs, does that hurt Roz's speaking chances? Because he did stay healthy for the regular season and then promptly did what we all expect and fall apart in the playoffs.
No, I don't think so because he did exactly what Roz needed him to do. So I don't think that's going to hurt his speaky. If anything, it'll hurt his MVP prediction because there was no way, shape, or form Kawhi Leonard was going to win MVP with 4 other like former MVP/MVP candidates on his team. That was never going to happen. But no, I think he's fine.
I have the Mavs in 6. So
of course you do, because you're a fucking dork.
Clearly, I need Dallas to win tomorrow. So
you're a dork. Yeah, that's the thing. You're a dork, and you think Luka's got to beat the Clippers. Luka doesn't beat the Clippers. It just doesn't happen. There's 3 things that are guaranteed in life.
By Cinco de Mayo, you might be saying a different tune.
There's 3 things that are guaranteed in life: death, taxes, Clippers beat Luka.
We're gonna see in a couple. We're gonna see in just a few short days. Because I know one thing: Kyrie has been going off, and if Luka just gives me one, just give me one.
Nah.
In trouble.
Nah. Series 2-2. Oh, if they, it's a good series. That's all I care about is good series. But I would love to watch your golden boy get bounced out of there.
It's just hate. It's just hate for me, ladies and gentlemen. It's just hate for me.
Yes.
It's pure hate. Don't even care about Luka, be honest. They just hate me. They just hate me.
I enjoy Luka. But I think it's hilarious that you're like, Embiid's a foul baiter, and then Luka's like, foul.
He cries too much for me. That bothers me about what he cries too much.
It's your boy.
I just wish if he could just stop crying and just keep playing.
You know who else is crying right now? Drake.
Yeah. Not a good night for him.
Hip hop went back to this thing where we stopped trying to be TMZ and break news and just start being mean.
Everybody
started being mean to each other.
Everyone hates each other in hip hop.
So did you know that Quavo was in Bridgeport on Friday or Saturday?
Yes.
Did you know that Chris Brown bought the majority of the seats to the arena?
That's what the streets are saying.
Because he performed in front of 40 people.
That's what the streets are saying.
The level of petty that I wish to achieve one day. To just be like, I hate this guy. Fuck him. I'll spend a couple $100,000 buy out the arena. See ya, loser.
Because it's also an FU to his fans, also.
Mm-hmm. God. It's 50 Cent buying the first 10 rows of a Ja Rule concert. just because. And then send a little love letter. Just because I hate you.
Perform in front of nobody.
Waste your time. Yeah, I just paid you for this, but fuck you. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. More people. We don't, as a collective, don't let Drake know he's Canadian enough.
As a collective, we don't often and we still, I guess, haven't 100% agreed because Anthony refuses to listen to it. But there have been few things that we all come together and just be like, "This is the shit." today was one of those days where we were all just like, yo, this shit is crazy. All of us taking turns dropping lyrics in the chat all day.
It's the way I described it was like, yeah, Drake called Kendrick short, and then Kendrick was like, yeah, you're Canadian, gay, and white, like whatever.
What up? What up?
Yeah, I'm short. I wear size 7s. Oh yeah, I have to give 50% of my contract to this person, but you're in a fucking contract pyramid scheme. So what's good?
The funny part is that my favorite line. There were so many, but the sexy red line was the funniest line to me in the whole. The sexy red line is it.
You're just I just see two bad bitches.
Like that was the line for me.
It's just he was being mean. He was just be like, "Fuck you! I hate you. I hate everything about you. I hate your walk. I hate your talk. I hate everything. You're an actor. We hate you. You're not black enough. You'll never be black enough." And nothing makes Drake more uncomfortable than being told that he's just not black.
Mm-hmm.
That just gets under his skin so bad. Oh, it's great. Oh, it's a chef's kiss. I can't wait to see what comes out of this. It was worth the wait.
It was. It absolutely was worth.
Very much so worth the wait. Hip hop's in a great spot. Good. I'm happy J. Cole bowed out of this.
Me too.
Because J. Cole's like, oh, y'all really don't like each other. I don't want to do this anymore.
I know.
I thought this was fun. I thought this was fun at first.
I thought this was just bars on, like, this is just on wax. Oh, y'all really don't like each other. Oh yeah, I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Like,
say what you want to say.
I'm
out. I'm not doing this with y'all.
Y'all can duke it out. I'll just sit here. Kendrick, get me back one time, and then like we're good.
The question is, what happens if Kendrick keeps going? Because I kind of want him to keep going to see what Cole does.
I don't, because Cole is clearly not about that life. Like I said earlier, Cole is just sitting in his house, just drinking kombucha, just hanging out, just trying to be the best J. Cole he could be, the best Jermaine he could be. Living life, just having a good old time, spreading positivity. It's too much negative energy for Cole right now. All he wants to do is just be around like frankincense and just he just wants to just meditate and hang out. He wants to hang out with like Andre 3000 and just listen to flute music.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
You know? No, and it's very mature of him to be sitting there like, I don't want to fight nobody. We can all be friends. Me and Andre are gonna go chill.
Not gonna work in these streets though.
No, the hip hop streets do not like that. That's not very hip hop of you, J. Cole.
Shout
out to K Dot.
Shout out to K Dot.
Keep calling Drake Canadian. It's funny.
This isn't a real episode, but I'm gonna do an I'm him. But my I'm him is actually I'm her. Shout out to Candace Parker. The I can't quite Diana Taurasi is still walking the planet. Her and Maya Moore are still walking out here. But if
there comes a point where you kind of got to disqualify Maya Moore, and that's coming from a Maya Moore fan,
then Diana Taurasi is still walking around out here.
Diana Taurasi still is walking around here.
But if you take her out, the GOAT, Candace Parker.
There's not many you could say are better than her.
I posted in the chat all her accolades, and it's just staggering.
Gino Auriemma better do right by her and send her a nice little basket because UConn he owes her a gold medal, and UConn ain't ever going to win nothing ever again unless he makes that right.
Yeah, she put the juju on him.
She got the curse of Candace Parker. Figure it out, Gino. Invite her to your steakhouse.
Oh, James, we're trying to get out of here classy. Don't do this. Don't do this. We're trying to be classy. That's much better because you know the answer is no. Although the Yankees lost tonight too, because apparently we can't hit anymore. So, but shout out to Candace Parker. Literally Literally, look it up. She's won everything. MVP,
Everything.
Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP, Gold Medal, National Championship Most Outstanding Player. Like,
You name it.
it.
She's done it all.
First to dunk in an NCAA game, second to dunk in a WNBA game. I believe first to dunk in a WNBA playoff game. I mean,
She's a first ballot Hall of Famer. First ballot Hall of Famer.
That's not even a question.
Put her in right now.
Put it in right now. And she's phenomenal as an analyst. Just phenomenal. Like, oh, man. Shout out to Candace Parker. So she's on her for me. I'm sure Dylan will co-sign that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't prepared for it, so I don't have anything. But, you know what? Fuck it. I'm him, Joe Douglas. Great draft.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Great draft.
It is definitely that time. Join us Thursday after the Knicks Sixers game 6. If the Knicks win, Anthony will be here. James will probably be here too if the Knicks win. But if they lose, it'll just be me and Dylan again because that's what happens in this chat. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We love you. We will. Oh, wait, James. Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
I'm him, K. Dot.
I mean, it's a good pick, but
Actually, I'm changing my. I'm him, Quantez Stiggers. 5th round pick for the New York Jets. First player drafted from the CFL with no college football experience. He had to retire from football when his father passed away to take care of his family. Got an opportunity in the fan-created league, which got him to the Toronto Argonauts, which eventually got him to the NFL. So shout out to you. It's a great story.
grind never stops.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. We'll be back. Peace out. Good night.